Hey, I suppose this will be my first YouTube video. I never really messed with YouTube at all. I've always thought about um, at least making one video or something, but yeah, this is my first time doing it, so I'll just dive right into it. Recently, I've been looking at a lot of videos about uh, single men about their problems finding women to date and to just engage with. And that problem is something that I myself deal with. I also have problems of approaching women and then going past that point of getting a date. At this point, I am 20. I'm 22 and I've never been on a date before. I've never uh, even kissed a woman, and yeah, I'm just lonely as hell, basically. So yeah, I've been watching all these different videos about these men, about how they've been approaching women, and then they just get constantly rejected and rejected and rejected again. And then in their comment section, you get people saying, "Hey man, all you need to do is be more confident. You need to dress better. You need this, that, and the other." And of course, people pointing out the obvious that women don't owe them anything, which of course is pretty obvious. Um, their videos, the basic point is that they know and they recognize that women do not owe them anything. At the same time, it's just that out of out of like all the people in the world, how is it that there are grown men and they still cannot find a woman? You know, and then you factor in, like, well, how did you approach them? Were you rude? Um, were you just desperate? You know, and of course, uh, I I guess the basic another point is that they never had sex. I mean, obviously they haven't had a girlfriend and they just haven't had sex yet. And of course, having sexual urges is natural. And then like you have other people, other men who say, "Hey man, sex is overrated. Being in a relationship with a woman is overrated." Yet they've had several women. They've been in several different relationships. You know, not on the same page, but it's like telling someone who's pretty well off financially that money doesn't buy happiness, and they're talking to someone that's poorer than them. Like, well, it would be pretty good if I had some money, so then I can at least be happy. It's someone who's in a better position talking down to someone that hasn't had that same experience. They've had sex all the time, and yet they're trying to give advice to someone that hasn't had the opportunity yet. And plus, whatever worked for them doesn't work for other people. And yeah, it relates to circling back to me about not being in a relationship and not having sex and stuff. And I really relate with those personal anecdotes because they're really similar to me. Like I've been constantly rejected throughout my life. You know, uh, it's not so simple as being myself. Oh, just be yourself and someone will notice you. No, it's not that simple. I've been myself all the time. I consider myself a pretty, upstanding guy. And I know the stereotypical nice guy. Oh, he's not into drugs. He's pretty smart academically. Um, yeah, that describes me. I'm also a calm person. I don't lash out in anger. Um, and also I don't believe that women owe me anything. Uh, you know, I feel angry sometimes that I just haven't been able to find a relationship, no matter what I do. Uh, like ever since I was in school, uh, I'm in college at this point, and I just haven't been able to find anyone. And of course, I've also explored outside of school. I've been to gaming bars, which is, they have video games there, and of course, mainly the people at those video game bars are basically men, and the only women you see in there are the bartenders, and of course, a woman is there with her boyfriend, and they're just playing games together, and it's like I'm there to look for someone who's by themselves, Like I don't want to just go up to a random girl and then her boyfriend comes strutting around the corner, It's just awkward. And I've also like just been to different places like restaurants and whatever, getting to know the employees, because I'm always there or whatever, so we exchange names and backstories. There was this one girl who worked at this. Well, it's not a Chinese restaurant, but they serve Asian food, and basically, I was going there for a few months, and we exchanged information. I asked her if she had like a Facebook or something. She said she had a Facebook, and she also gave me her number, and I was like, oh, cool. Because I basically asked for social media first, because I feel like asking for social media is a bit less personal. You just met someone, and you don't want to, I guess, hop to the phone information part. But she gave me that as well, and I text her from time to time, and only get like one was response back, and yeah, it just didn't turn out well. It always feels like I'm the person that has to be the initial. I have to be the one to start the approach, and it feels like when I do that, and then they give me their number or whatever, and then I talk to them and they just don't respond to me. It's just gaslighting, and then like I'm angry that they would even do that, because I'm like, hey, if you don't want to talk to me, cool. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get angry about it. It is what it is. I'll just move on. And there was this other particular incident in college where there was this girl that was by herself, waiting for class, and I just go over there and talk to her. She seems to be pretty engaged in the conversation as well. We're talking about, hey, do you like this class? How this, that, and the other. And she, was pretty receptive, and I thought we were, cool or whatever. When I talk to someone, I don't immediately expect to get into a relationship with them, because I know that there's different stages. Like if you just initially go out looking for girlfriends or whatever, you're just skipping past the part of actually getting to know them as a person. I want to get to know them as a friend, and then as a partner. So yeah, I don't instantly just go out searching for love per se. I just want to get into a conversation with someone and talk to them and get to know them. So then, yeah, the next day, I go up to her. We're waiting outside of class, and I just wave my hand at her. I try to go and talk to her. She just completely ignores me. Like I haven't done anything to warrant that response. Like, you were just talking to me yesterday, smiling and whatever. And I go up to you the next day, waiting outside, and you just completely ignore me. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, if you're gonna do this, why would you even talk to me in the first place? You could have said, "Hey, I don't want to talk to nobody." I would have been like, "Cool," you know. And then after that, I just didn't talk to her again, and I felt gaslighted. Like, damn, why do these particular women I talk to keep, initially like starting something with me, giving me their phone numbers or just engaging into a conversation that I think might turn into something, and then immediately afterwards they just turn their back on me. Like, what the hell? And you would imagine, after a lifetime of rejection, that it comes to a point where you're just like, I don't believe in love. All these different advice, all these different tips just don't work for me, and I will never have anyone. I know I'm like 22 years old, but I'm like, damn, man. When I think about it, for 22 years, I just never had a girlfriend, like, or engaged in a relationship. And it's like, do I gotta wait 22 more years? Do I gotta wait until I'm like 60 years old to find someone? Like, like Jesus Christ. Like, what do I have to do? You know. Anyway, this is just my initial thoughts, and I guess I'm going to make more videos about it, and then maybe I'll get some comments or whatever telling me the same advice. Do this, do that, do the other, or find some sympathetic people, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for listening.